They've been preparing for this weekend for months. Tonight, Virginia Beach puts its plan to the test as College Beach weekend kicks off. And that is our top story this Friday night. I'm Regina Mobley.
And I'm David Allen. As many as 40,000 people will pack the oceanfront this weekend. 13 News Now is there as the first groups checked into their hotels. They'll be joined by hundreds of police officers working overtime. All of this to help try and curb any chaos.
13 News Now reporter Ali Weatherton starts our coverage at the oceanfront.
Well, David and Regina, I want to tell you, I talked to a lot of people today, and they say they just want to have a fun and relaxing weekend. Now, I met a lady this afternoon, and she is amazing. She says she's going to sit on the corner of Atlantic Avenue all weekend long to make sure these kids have fun and stay safe.
When you get tired, bring that bicycle to me.
She goes by the name Snowflake.
I wish I had bought my microphone because I got one of them too.
And whether you're on 21st or 22nd Street,
Get all your education.
you can hear the kindness in her voice.
How you all doing? Good. All right.
All weekend long.
No, don't be rolling that game either. How y'all doing right there?
This spunky grandma,
I tell you, these people are something else.
plans to be the voice of reason for people attending College Beach weekend.
You can have fun, but at the same time, have respect for yourself as well.
And so far,
Is y'all part of the college kids, or you know some of them?
it's working.
Okay, give me a hug. Give me a hug. I want to give you some love, and I want y'all to take that love and let it flow on the other one.
And Snowflake says she hopes her attitude touches others.
Everyone is just having fun, and nothing is falling apart. This will be where they'll be more than glad to come back next year, and the city will be welcomed with open arms.
And if so, she'll be back in her spot,
How y'all doing?
doing what she does best.
When it's in my heart, I'm gone. And that's how I do it. And as they say in the street, it's a term, keep it real, and that's on the realness.
Now, Snowflake says she's going to leave tonight when the crowds slow down here, and she's going to go back to Norfolk, get a quick shower, and return tomorrow morning. Now, if you are headed out here, make sure you don't bring your red Solo cups. I've seen several people already being ticketed for carrying alcohol in those cups. Live at the oceanfront, Ali Weatherton, 13 News Now.
In less than an hour, cars headed to the oceanfront on I-264 will be turned around at Parks Avenue. The eastbound exit for South Burtneck Road will also close. So will the westbound exit for First Colonial. That will last until tomorrow night. Other routes will remain open.
Here's why this is such a big deal. College Beach weekend has a history of violence. 4 people were shot last year, 2 years prior in 2015. Stratton Mitchell was shot and killed in the parking lot of the Marriott. That's at 26th and Atlantic. No major issues in 2014, but police filed 248 charges. Most were misdemeanors and traffic tickets. In 2013, police responded to 3 shootings, a stabbing, and a handful of robberies.
Our coverage continues all weekend long. 13 News Now has crews at the oceanfront. We're constantly updating the 13 News Now Facebook page with the latest information. Let's switch gears now, take you live outside City Center in Newport News. Within the past hour, the temperatures have started to fall just a little bit. This weather has been great for the blooms at Norfolk Botanical Garden. They shared this video on Facebook. Something else is blooming. A couple of rain showers passing through. Let's check it now with Jeff.
Yeah, here in the immediate area, the 7 cities area, if you will, there's not a whole lot going on. There are some clouds and there are a few really isolated showers, but most of the activity right now, there's a little bit right here moving up toward parts of the sort of northern peninsula, but most of it's out in Center Virginia. As we put that in motion, you're going to see a couple of things going on. The stuff out here to the west is a solid line. If that were to swing through, almost everywhere would get rain tonight. We don't think it's going to hold together partially. We also think that it's going to tend to move a little bit more to the northeast. So we're thinking the farther you go north and west of the Hampton Roads area, that's your better shot at seeing some of this rain. But also a few really isolated showers have been popping up as well. They don't last very long. They're not terribly heavy, but there's a little bit heavier rain right now moving up here toward areas just east of Grove, sort of north of Lee Hall, heading over toward Gloucester Point, historic Tour Road. You can see stretching back across the James River, a little bit of rain as well. So right now, temperature of 70, pretty pleasant out there. It's going to be really nice tomorrow, although we will talk about a chance of a shower again late in the day. But maybe 20% of us seeing a shower this evening. By late evening, temperatures fall to cool levels. And then, as I mentioned, an up and down weekend, literally, with the temperatures. And that's what I'll talk about later.
Jeff, thanks. Track the storms with the 13 News Now app. Don't get caught in the rain without it. It's free for iPhone and Android phones.
New at 6, a high-speed chase ends in a crash. State police just released this picture of the aftermath in downtown Suffolk. Troopers say the chase started on Route 58 and reached speeds up to 100 miles an hour. It all came to an end when the driver lost control, sideswiped a van and smashed into a pole. 3 people took off running. 2 were caught, including the driver, Lenora Douglas. She faces a long list of charges tonight.
He works at a Virginia Beach high school, but tonight this man is accused of luring young girls online.
Robert Cox is a maintenance worker at Green Run High School. He is on administrative leave while investigators search his phone and computer for evidence. 13 News Now reporter Stephen Graves dug into the court records today.
Stephen, they reveal a pretty disturbing story.
Yeah, for sure. Tonight, Cox is in jail, charged with coercion and enticement of a minor. That court paperwork says that he received images of topless young girls. And today in court, what makes this even more shocking, he admitted he has a daughter himself.
13 News Now went to Robert Cox's home to get answers from anyone who was there, but we quickly realized that was pointless.
He definitely lives by himself, for sure.
Neighbor Lori Shields says she was getting suspicious about the house, but didn't know for sure.
I noticed that his car hadn't moved for several days.
Shocked when we told her he was locked up.
If I had to rate him, he's a great person.
Federal court documents say just this week, authorities raided Cox's Virginia Beach home on Glastonbury Circle. They searched for evidence. The 49-year-old received naked images from girls the same age as those he most likely came in contact with every day as a maintenance worker at Green Run High School.
Now, that really surprises me only because of how close he is to his daughter.
Shields says that daughter is in high school too.
You'll be surprised, man. You'll be surprised. Some people don't think about what they would want for their kids before they do onto others, you know.
Documents say Cox used apps that she once used to chat for himself. One was called Meet Me. Documents say he admitted to posing as a teenage boy. The youngest girl he met, just 14. Cox told investigators he did it for fantasy and never meant to meet up with anyone. Still, high school parents like Eric Perez say, no excuse.
When you hire someone to work in the school, you hire them to trust them. You know, it takes a village to raise a child.
And Cox will have his day in federal court. That just was not today. There was a preliminary hearing scheduled, but he hasn't retained an attorney. He told a judge he's been having trouble getting in touch with family. Reporting in Norfolk, Stephen Graves, 13 News Now.
Right now, a man is hanging on to life after he was hit by a car in Virginia Beach. 13 News Now on Independence Boulevard near Town Center. Police tell it happened around 7:30 this morning. Medics took him to the hospital in critical condition. New pictures of Suffolk firefighters right here wasting no time after smoke started pouring out of this recycling truck. It happened on Jotham Lane just after 11 o'clock this morning. Crews had to cut through the top of the truck to douse the burning recyclables. The driver was not hurt.